Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your driver's license is important so you can get back and forth to work, get your kids to school, and back and forth to daycare. If your license has been suspended because you can't pay your tickets, you can't do any of those things. Let's talk about Chapter 13 bankruptcy. You may have heard that tickets cannot be discharged, but they can be dealt with in a Chapter 13 case. Why not come in for a free consultation? The chapter you choose will make all the difference to your getting back legally on the road. Let's design a plan to pay off your tickets and restore your license immediately. I'm attorney Travis Gagne. Please contact me today at ChooseTheRightChapter.com. That's ChooseTheRightChapter.com. 9.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. So last night was the Academy Awards. Green Book won Best Picture.
I was so happy it won.
Yeah, I know you knew you were such a big fan of that movie.
I had my big Oscars viewing party, and all of us, we filled out all the bucket, all the check marks. And
you got it done.
Yeah. We did our own betting. It was fantastic, BJ.
Well, for a lot of us,
some wine.
Yeah. For a lot of us rock fans, and especially for you and I, Steve, I mean, the one movie we saw that was up for an award was Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yep.
And it didn't win Best Picture, but Rami Malek did win Best Actor for playing Freddie Mercury. And you didn't see this movie, The Favorite, but it's a British movie about the Queen, and Olivia Colman won Best Actress for that.
I'm hoping to watch it this weekend.
Yeah.
Said me never.
Yeah. Lady Gaga picked up an Oscar.
Oh, good.
Everybody talked about her steamy performance with Bradley Cooper recreating a song from A Star is Born.
Okay, I did see a lot of people tweeting about that.
Yeah, and the folks were thinking that how could Bradley sit there and do all that and then go back to his girl? I mean, I would be jealous if I were her watching how they had eye blanked each other while doing the song.
Yeah, man.
Lots of people on the Twitterverse are going nutty over that.
Here's the way I watch the Oscars. I don't.
Yeah.
And I wake up in the morning and I look and see whatever articles are or whatever's trending. And I'm like, okay, maybe I should check this video out just to see what everybody's talking about. And that's it. So my Oscar experience lasts maybe 3 minutes tops.
It's very cool for Lady Gaga. I mean, to win an Oscar and also to be and she did pretty much wrote it. I mean, her and her team pretty much came up with all the songs and stuff for the movie, because it wasn't just a copy of the Barbra Streisand movie or the one from the 50s. It was like they rewrote it and really...
No, I hear nothing but great things. And that's the one where Bradley Cooper's spent some time with Eddie Vedder to get into the spirit of that performance.
Yeah, so good for her. Spike Lee won an award. It's his first, competitive Oscar, because he got a Lifetime Achievement Oscar before, but this is one he actually got for a movie he did.
Which kind of blew my mind. I always thought in my head he had to have walked away with some kind of a nod for Do the Right Thing and some of his other movies. But
didn't happen.
To me, it's one of the greatest films. I love that movie.
But Black Klansman, I'm hearing good stuff about, so I think I'm going to have to check that movie out. It sort of went under my radar, and people have just said so many good things about that movie, including Adam Driver's performance. And, we're just used to him being, whiny Kylo Ren in the Star Wars movies. But
he was also very, very creepy dude in the show Girls.
Oh, I remember him in Girls. Yeah, you're right. He was.
Rev just sent me a video. Apparently, Rami Malek fell off the stage at the Oscars.
Oh, I didn't see that.
It's really quick, but you can see it. It's on. Here he comes. He's walking, and boop, gone. And someone goes, "Oh, Rami."
Oh, damn, dude. So
are you okay?
So they had no host because of the Kevin Hart controversy. Old tweets that he made pretty much pissed off a lot of people, even though he made them many years ago and apologized. Eventually he resigned and said, okay, I won't host the Oscars. Though Amy Poehler and Maya Rudolph and Tina Fey, they opened up the show and presented the first award, but their opening was really good. Mm-hmm. And I maybe wish that three of them were hosts of the whole thing.
Maybe next year they will be.
Yeah, they actually did a great job. But what they did is they started off, they just said, okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's the Academy Awards, and then boom, a curtain rises up on stage, and there's Queen with Adam Lambert, and they start rocking the joint.
I watched the video of this, and man,
it's good.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah,
Adam Lambert nails it being Freddie Mercury for Queen now. I mean, he's got such an incredible voice. It makes me really want to check him out when they come to the Tacoma Dome, because it's so good.
It was a storybook situation, because they started off with that, and then they ended off, of course, giving Rami the Academy Award for Best Actor, which is right at the end, pretty much. So that was kind of cool.
Suck it, critics.
It was a nice bookend thing. If you didn't hear the performance, they did "We Will Rock You, We Are the Champions." The crowd, it's fun watching all the old people. Glenn Close really digging it and getting into a song like that. But she was a young woman when that song was a big hit.
I've paid my dues time after time. I've done my sentence, but committed no crime and bad mistakes. I've made a few. I've had my share of sand kicked in my face, but I've come through. We are the champions, my friends, and we'll keep on fighting till the end. We are the champions.
That's really cool for Adam, cool for Queen fans. I mean, and he looked great out there. You know, he has his own flair, but you're just like, you know, the whole thing with Freddie was his flamboyant outfits.
Glammy.
Yeah, totally glammy. And Adam is definitely like updated version glammy.
It's just funny because it's, I mean, and look, the guys in Queen, they sound great. I don't know how old they are now, but they sound great.
60s at least.
But it kind of looks like a bunch of dads hanging out, putting on their old rock and roll costumes and like, hey, get your son Adam, come, have him come and sing with us.
So true, dude.
It just looks, it's so funny because Adam looks so young, especially compared to those guys.
I know. Brian May is 71 years old.
Yeah.
Roger Taylor is 69.
Yeah.
How old's Adam Lambert? He's got to be late 30s.
Yeah.
Tops?
Yeah, tops. He might be mid-30s, actually.
You're probably right.
Yeah.
37.
37.
Oh, you hit it. Late 30s.
I mean, it looks like he's in his mid-30s.
And Brian May, I mean, he's rocking the same look he's had, except the hair is just now completely white. But you're right. It looks like, okay, Grandpa said, let's get the neighbor kid to sing with us.
Right.
Watching last night, it looked like he had a powdered wig on, and anytime they'd do a shot to him, it just looked like an old guy and like an old judge or something like that.
But he still, I'll tell you, when he got his guitar solo out there for that, man, he did a great job. He was rocking it. I mean, he looks good for his age. I mean, no doubt about it.
Dude, if I didn't know that they've been around forever, because we all know that Queen's been around forever, so there's no way I would, but I would think he's in his 50s. Just the way that he looks and the way he carries himself. Sure, he's got white hair, but he does not come off like a 71-year-old. I hope when I'm around 70 that I can look like that. Granted, not the hair. All right, well, I don't have it.
I'm just hoping I'm still alive. I'm not going to try to go to Brian May's health status, but you're right. That's something to aspire to.
They sound great.
Yeah.
I mean,
it was good. It was a great way to open the show without, you don't have a host, but you get to open it up that way. And, great performance by Bradley and Lady Gaga, which, if you love music, it was a good night. There were some good performances musically.
It's just saying we got a text. No one cares, according to one texter. So we got to stop talking.
I was unimpressed.
Dude, I was using the unimpressed thing all weekend to people that didn't know about the joke that was on our show about one texter going, I was unimpressed with whatever they were unimpressed with. And after a while, people are like, why are you unimpressed with so many things? I'm like, oh, crap, I forgot. You guys,
nobody knows the joke.
You weren't in the room with us. It was just a thing.
Yeah. You know what? Actually, people do care because I do. So you're going to have to say that not a lot of people care. You change your line.
People should write when they do that. And you get that from time to time. Like, nobody cares about blah, blah, blah. And like, no, you don't care about it. Don't think that you're so important that everybody cares about what you care about. No different than everybody doesn't care about what you don't care about.
And Rami's acceptance speech, he was so happy with Queen. He was like, thank you, Queen, for letting me be part of your legendary status and having a little piece of that great history and what they've contributed. Mm-hmm. And I mean, look, I get it. I get a lot of, there are people that poo-pooed Bohemian Rhapsody because they switched some facts and timing around with Freddie Mercury's illness. But, in order to manipulate the audience so we all get a little tear. But it still was a great performance and let us know a bit about Freddie's life. Sure, it wasn't completely accurate. No movie ever is.
Vicky, did you see it?
Yes, I did with my dad.
This is our daily break about Queen, Bohemian Rhapsody.
All right.
That everybody cares about.
Yes, both of us enjoyed it very much.
Oh, nice.
And your dad's a big Queen fan.
Yes.
Yeah.
He has, I think the greatest hits on vinyl from back in the day.
Oh, nice.
Right? But the thing about people hating on, the timeline's not right. Well, Brian May and Roger Taylor were a part of this. I think they were executive music producers or something like that. So if it had their, stamp of approval, then that's all that should matter.
I mean, it's, like I said, it's a movie. You got to change some things around. How many times do we watch a movie that says based on a true story, and you're like, this? That to me is like, I'm already sucked in. If it's an action movie based on a true story, I'm like, this actually happened. And you watch, and you're like, let me go do a little research to see how true this was, and you find out the only thing that was the same was the guy's name.
Yeah,
and they changed everything else. It's like,
so true.
Let's get lost in what a movie's supposed to be. It's an escape from reality.
Yeah, real life is usually pretty boring and is not as exciting as anything we can make up.
Here's my question. I don't know if anyone can answer this. I mean, I'm sure I could do the research, but I'm too lazy. When they did the Live Aid thing, they did that big performance.
Yes.
Did they ever perform again after that? I feel like they didn't. I feel like that was
good question.
I feel like that might have been the last hurrah for them because he knew he was sick. But he didn't die soon after that. I mean, he was still alive for a few years.
I was reading that they didn't find out he had AIDS until like 3 years after.
Yeah, exactly. The whole Live Aid AIDS
He didn't
thing,
know he had AIDS.
That's how much I forgot about
that's
all
the
this.
complaint that people have, is that the AIDS did not motivate the Live Aid performance for him at all.
Oh.
Yeah, and that's why people are going, you just did that to manipulate the audience. But I don't care. I mean, I knew that I thought, wait a second, I don't think Freddie went to Live Aid. I don't think he had AIDS then, but I was like, I don't care.
See how much I remembered.
Yeah.
That was I was so young when all that went down that I don't remember the timeline.
And they did tour afterwards. They had the Magic Tour in 1986, and it was Queen's final tour with Freddie Mercury.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Now I'm with everybody. That movie sucked.
Yeah, no one cares.
I mean, they didn't do it right.
Now, if you missed
Interesting. Okay, thanks, Rev.
Thanks, Rev.
You did research I could have done on my own, and I was just too lazy.
Now you know.
Google that for you.
I am not unimpressed by your research skills.
Oh, thank you.
I'm actually impressed.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
Whoa.
yeah, I can't believe he actually did something.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah, sorry. Now, there were some really good speeches. The woman that actually won, Olivia Colman, who won Best Actress for The Favourite, she was awesome. She was very British and very
Do
shocked.
you know where she's from?
No.
She's from Hot Fuzz. She was one of the cops from Hot Fuzz.
I knew she looked familiar. Yes, Olivia Colman. Oh, she was so good in Hot Fuzz.
I was unimpressed by her performance in Hot Fuzz.
Thank you, Robbie. I actually, you know what? And Emma Stone actually looked like she pulled off a British accent pretty well in that movie. I might want to see that just because I love British stuff, even though it's about like a period piece and about an old queen.
Yeah, Steve's never going to watch this movie.
But
You lost me a period.
Yeah, sorry. By the way, that one too, I guess.
Yeah.
Short film, and it was
a short film
woman's
about
period.
menstruation.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was they won an Oscar.
Put that on my list of movies never to watch.
So the one that got everybody's attention was the presentation award for best makeup and hairstyling, and that went to the people who worked on the movie Vice. That's where
The Vice President movie.
Yeah, exactly. Where Christian
Bale.
Thank you. He was an amazing Dick Cheney. He looked fantastic, and and Sam Rockwell was actually a really good George Bush too. I actually want to see that movie, their performances. But they went up there, the makeup people, and people are calling their speech one of the most awkward moments in Oscar history.
Greg Canham, Kate Biscoe, and Patricia Dehaney for Vice.
Thank you, Adam Perna, our great director, Adam McKay, Christian Bale. What a... Oh, you're here. Go ahead.
That's you. Please read that.
No, I already did.
Oh,
Go ahead.
Plan B, Gary Sanchez.
The voting Academy members and our fellow nominees from the UK and Sweden. Thank you.
Christian Bale, you're fantastic. You're so great to work with and create with and everything. Thank you.
Sam Rockwell and the 150 other SAG members. Great job.
Susan Matheson.
Jeff Waxman and
Jennifer Maitland.
Jennifer Matloff.
Our DP, Greg Fraser. Our scriptee, Kate.
And Paula Williams, Jamie Kellman, Adrian Moreau, Wesley Wofford, Christina Waltz.
Chris Gallagher.
Kenny Myers. Eric Horn, Brian Wade.
Oh, they faded them out.
Oh, yeah, they did.
And they pumped up the music.
Yeah, they did.
Why would they do that? This was a great speech.
Oh, it was fantastic.
I'll take that over a person on a political soapbox for 10 minutes.
Yeah, see, I can we just assume that, look, none of us watch the credits at the end of a movie unless we're trying to get to a bonus scene. But nobody talk about nobody cares. Nobody cares about the 500 people on it. We know there's skillions of people on a movie set. You can't thank everybody. So unless you're one of the main actors or the director or somebody's parents or kids, can we just shorten the thank yous? Mm-hmm. I mean, really, they're not necessary to anybody. It's a show for the people watching, not for you to thank people. They forget that, and they're actors.
It's the slippery slope that, they're not actors. These are people that work behind the scenes. This is their one moment where they're going to get to say what they want to say.
I don't want it.
But it's that slippery slope of as soon as you start thanking a couple people, then you get into probably your head and like, oh crap, if I don't thank Janice is going to be pissed on Monday morning when I go back to my makeup office. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to have that moment.
That to me is what social networks are for.
Why didn't you thank me?
Go on your social network and then have a little hold the Oscar and go, I want to thank blah, 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 blah. And then anybody who really cares can go watch that, and that would be nice. Or maybe even like the actors could retweet that so that everybody would get to see all the great people. But that is a show for my entertainment, and it's not entertaining to have a laundry list of names.
Okay, so you win the Oscar. How are you handling this? How are you going up there? Because I think what I would probably do, just nip it in the bud. Like, thank you to all my friends and family. That way, nobody can say, why didn't you thank me? I'm like, you're one of my friends or you're one of my family.
Exactly. Yeah, no doubt about it. I think I would thank the people in my category. Like I love when they acknowledge the other folks that didn't win. I think that's actually really gracious.
Oh, that's
cool.
Just sucking up.
But I love it. It shows a brother and sisterhood that I just love in the business. I mean, there was a nice moment where Olivia actually gave a lot of love to Glenn Close and Lady Gaga, and Lady Gaga seemed very appreciative that, because she didn't win, but she was happy that I like that. I also
Her feelings mean nothing to me.
Yeah,
I won.
I like inspiration.
You lost. I'm the winner. I thank nobody but myself.
That would be fun to watch.
Deuces, bitches.
I'd watch that. I would watch that. Samuel L. Jackson did a funny thing, which I really dug, is because if you're a sports fan, Samuel L. Jackson goes up and he's about to present an award, and he goes, before I do this, he says, I would like to tell Spike Lee, hey, congratulations, your Knicks finally won a home game, which was great, because Spike Lee is a great Knicks fan. And I just felt like that was a cool, fun sort of like, hey, that was a guy moment. And then as it turns out, Spike won the award, so he gets up and he jumps and he hugs him like koala, like he was doing the koala challenge on Samuel L. Jackson.
It was pretty great.
Yeah.
I hate to chime in, but our texter's back. Please quit talking about the Oscars. No one cares about this trash.
Nope. We're going to keep talking about it.
I thought we educated that person that he does not care.
He also asked us to shorten this segment.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's too late.
It's too long, buddy.
Should we play the Oscar music to get out of the segment?
Yeah, I would have if you
lower the mic.
Play me off. I think that's what you got to do.
That texter.
Yeah. All right. Let me tell you. We'll change the subject. We'll do that.
But nobody cares, man.
No. We mean about the new subject or the old one?
Probably.
Oh, that sucks. If nobody cares about any subject, what are they doing? What are we doing?
Radio for people who don't care.
Whoa.
That's right. BJ and Biggs.
What if we have Vicky call herself a whore again? Will that work?
They cared about that. Actually, they corrected her. They were very upset that she was calling herself a whore. They felt that she's more of a slut than a whore.
Oh, okay.
Because whores get paid. But I feel like I sold my panties. I should be called either.
You're like an honorary whore.
Okay, I like that.
She's a slore. Can we call her a slore?
I don't know.
Sounds like some sort of like Dungeons and Dragons monster that's all jiggly.
Upstairs says, made you better thank Lulu, especially, or I would be unimpressed.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, if I thanked my dog and nobody else, that would be the greatest speech ever.
Actually, you need to go up to the stage holding Lulu like an evil villain, just like petting.
Pet her like CeeLo used to pet that white cat on The Voice.
Yes.
This is the only person I want to thank.
That's good.
Yeah. Some call her Lulu.
Okay, you can stop petting her. You look really disturbing.
You call her the warrior princess.
I don't know what you're doing. Are you petting her? Or
are you still petting?
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. And by the way, that is a weird looking petting.
Yeah, that is a strange.
Well, she's not really in my arms, you dumbasses.
Oh, really?
I feel like you're kind of slapping her some of the time.
Yeah.
I'm just.
Stroking her.
You know what? Why are you continuing to do this slow motion? No one sees it but Vicky and me.
I'm a thespian, brah.
Oh, are you really?
Yeah.
Don't bring your religion into this.
My bad.
All right.
Nobody cares, BJ.
You're right. Well, how about this teen? Maybe somebody will care about a teen that made $35,000 here in Seattle, and he did it in just 4 days. I'll tell you what he did at age 17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. Got to be impressed with this Northern Idaho teenager. Says he made $35,000 in just 4 days. How? By charging as much as $750 an hour to plow during the snowstorms that happened earlier this month here in Seattle.
Some people make that kind of money for plowing other things.
Yeah, well, yeah. This one
That's impressive.
Yeah, 18 years old, David Holston. He's got a landscaping and snow plowing company in Coeur d'Alene, and he was visiting his mom in Seattle for her birthday, and he brought along his plowing equipment thanks to a friend's suggestion. So this was not something intentional, but his friend said, "Hey, dude, we're supposed to get some bad weather. You ought to bring it just in case."
And dude, this story made CNN.
Wow,
that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. So he put an ad on Craigslist when the storm started, and his phone rang constantly. By comparison, most websites like HomeAdvisor.com put the average snow removal hourly cost at about $110, ranging from as low as $30 an hour to as high as $400 an hour. He charged $750 an hour.
Dude, I did it wrong. I only charged my neighbors $10 to do their their driveway and their porch when I was a kid, and I thought I was raking in the cash and I was scamming them.
See, gosh, I used to get my driveway plowed a lot in upstate New York when I lived there in Massachusetts. $750 an hour seems really pricey. I might have spent a couple of $100, but I guess when you wanted it done, he said most of his customers did not mind.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, you're desperate. You're like, I need to do whatever I need to do. I need my area plowed in the city. Maybe, obviously the residential streets are not necessarily their first priority.
Yeah, no doubt about it. $35,000 in 4 days. Says he's going to give $7,000 of that to charity.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
That guy's awesome.
Well, according to some of the comments, I don't know how awesome he is. One commenter says, true fraud at its best. Kid is not insured, licensed, or bonded, hiding behind these, because I guess he gave some to the church, lurid tax exemptions. He makes our insurance rates higher, does not pay taxes. Disgusting way to use the church.
Ay vey. Do you have to be licensed and bonded in the state? I have no idea if in Idaho, he's a landscaping company, a snowplow company. He may be, but I have no clue.
I have a feeling this guy might do this for a living.
Yeah.
So because someone else said, capitalism at its finest. Good job, young man. Another person says, how about fraud at the same guy that complained? How about fraud at its finest? He will be prosecuted in Washington State.
Very well. Wow. There is, I'll tell you something right now. There is something about
go to the pot store and smoke some pot and relax.
But you know what? You can't do anything anymore. I mean, there is a point to what this guy is saying, and I'm not agreeing with him, but
I hear you.
The idea is that you have to be licensed and bonded and insured for everything here in Washington State. That, I never even thought about the fact that you probably would have to have all that going on just to do something like that. You can't do anything as just an entrepreneur. You can't be an apprentice anymore without the right documentation. You used to be able to go, look, what if I just do this?
Yeah, I miss those days.
Well, I mean, I suppose
kids can't sell lemonade because they don't have the proper licensing to do that, BJ.
Right. Look, I appreciate the fact that, look, if you've got to play by the rules, everybody should. I definitely agree with that. It's just unfortunate that we now have so many rules that simple things just can't be done anymore. It's like, really?
Somebody says, hey, he was licensed and bonded. Shut up, hater.
Oh, he was. Well, yeah, I don't know I don't know if state to state you have to be. Like, massage therapists here in Washington State, they go somewhere else, or if somebody comes from some other place, they can't do it here until they get licensed by the state, which I think is lame.
And then person brings up a good point. Nobody forced them to pay. He put out the service. Nobody had to take him up on it.
Yeah, but I guess the point being is if the guy fell and hurt himself or somehow chucked a rock accidentally at somebody else's property.
Woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Well, you would be on the hook for it, whereas normally a licensed and bonded and insured, provider, they're the ones that would take the hit.
That is insane that he made that much. And just shows how crippling snow is to people here in the Seattle area.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, we were talking about it during the break, like, we had some flurries yesterday, and it almost looked like Snowmageddon was coming back, the dumpeting part 4.
I don't blame that you guys saw that down south. Yeah. The pictures you showed me were nothing like what we had up here in Seattle proper.
And Dan and I were talking about how it was just like my first instinct, and I think his as well, was, oh, man, I'm not in the mood for that again.
Yeah, no, I'm so over snow.
Yeah.
Me too, dude. I am way over snow. I was way over snow many years ago when I moved here to Seattle. 20 years ago, I was done with it. And I moved from upstate New York, Rochester, Western New York, where the snow is just a beating. I was so happy to take this job. Yep. I was like, so how much snow do you get up here? And they're like, we don't really get it.
Sometimes you get none.
Yeah, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I want the job. I'll take a job anywhere where there's no snow. And the best part about it is if I want to, I can go visit the snow.
Yep. No extreme summers or winters. I'm okay with that.
Love that. So get that? I will visit you, Snow. Snow, don't you visit me. Okay, thank you. That's
loud and clear. They heard you.
Hey, speaking of, teenagers, young people doing what they got to do, here's a 23-year-old. His name is Rory. He lives in Wales. Hello. That's over across the pond. Poor dude was born without arms.
Okay.
And he was just in court facing charges for stabbing his dad. Huh? This kid, you know what? They told him he couldn't do it. All his life, they said, you know what? You'll never be able to do it.
How did he do it?
Well,
what was he stabbing him with?
Here's what happened. They had an argument back in November. Now, first of all, if you're the dad, your kid's got no arms. Why are you fighting with your kid? I mean, I think at this point, this kid gets a pass in almost every argument.
I mean, you're getting an upper hand on him every time.
I didn't even know I was setting you up for that. Good job, buddy. actually impressed with you on that one.
Thank you. They're not impressed by me, but I appreciate you.
So they had this argument in November, and of course, because sometimes guys can be stupid, it got physical. Rory's dad apparently poked his armless son with a vacuum cleaner tube, and Rory responded by picking up scissors between his toes and stabbing his dad in his stomach. Well, I've seen videos.
Wait, that's not funny, but
I've seen videos with people with no hands or they really don't have much use of their arms. They all of a sudden make their feet they do amazing things with their feet.
I'm always impressed when someone can draw with their feet.
Yeah.
This is a whole nother level of impression.
So I don't mess with anybody with no arms because I feel like their feet can do whatever an arm can do, but I'm not expecting somebody to stab me from their foot.
But how do you not... I mean, was he scooting at him? Or did he do a one-legged hop? I need to see video of this because how did he get to you? I mean, you think...
Well, you didn't watch The Karate Kid? I mean, the biggest damage came from that flying kick. Imagine putting some scissors in Daniel San's feet.
Fast, but if some guy's got scissors between his toes trying to stab me, I feel like I can outrun him.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah. Okay, buddy.
You don't think?
I don't know, Steve. I mean, I've never seen a ninja with no arms, so I don't know what damage they can do.
I'm down for the challenge. If somebody thinks that they could outrun me with one leg.
All right.
I'm up for this.
He stabbed him in the stomach, so his dad needed major surgery.
How did he get to his dad? How did his dad not get away from this?
I don't know what his dad's situation. Maybe his dad was born with no sense. I have no idea.
No sense? Bad feet?
No common sense is what I'm saying. Just stood there and go, what are you going to do? He's probably like you.
Hey, come at me.
He's probably like you, Steve. What are you going to do? Okay, I just poked you with a vacuum cleaner. What are you going to do? Oh!
I would not poke my armless son with a vacuum cleaner, BJ.
Well, that's good to know.
I feel like I'd be a pretty decent parent one day.
It is just asking for a stabbing right there.
You're saving me a call to CPS by making this declaration now. Thank you.
Can they recreate this?
Oh, you mean like on Law and Order or something?
Or do they have like those in-house surveillance videos? Can't they? Is there any proof of how this happened? I mean, this is the weirdest thing ever.
How about this? The dad gets stabbed in the stomach, needs surgery, but goes to court and defends his armless son because he doesn't want this to ruin his life. But it's about time you sort of came to
he doesn't want to have to face the stiff arm of the law. Sorry. It's Monday, man. I'm just mailing it in.
Yeah. Judge was sympathetic, though. Just gave Rory 12 months of community service and rehab. Well, according to Steve, what's he going to do? Community service.
It sounds like this kid's pretty athletic for not having arms. I mean, he plays football and he swims competitively.
He can swim with no arms?
Yeah, through disability sport whales.
Dude, that's amazing because arms, to me, I think I need my arms to swim. See, I'd like
pretty
to
upset about how he hurt his dad.
Yeah. Well, people get pissed. And if you're poking me with a vacuum cleaner, I mean, I'm not going to like it. I'm not going to stab you with my feet scissors, but, I might do something.
Wow.
Dude.
Should we try? I mean, do we have scissors?
Oh, what are you going to try? You're going to try to stab me with your feet scissors?
Yeah.
Don't give him scissors, Danny. Don't
put your feet on the scissors.
I want to see this happen. Danny grabs scissors and his cell phone.
Yeah. No, Danny. Do not encourage Steve and his dumb ideas. No.
I want to see if I can get you.
No, first of all, you're going to put your feet on those scissors. I don't know where your feet have
been. They've been in my shoe.
Okay, that's where they've currently
They're clean.
been. I don't know.
Socks on.
I don't know though what happens in that.
Do they make rubber gloves for feet?
Do they make rubber gloves for feet?
So we can get some.
Or just put a rubber glove over your foot. That'd be funny.
You got a condom? I could put a condom over my
I have a condom.
foot.
Oh, okay.
Of course you do.
There's
I have a couple. I have a Magnum condom.
Perfect. I have big feet.
Why do you have a Magnum condom?
You never
Vicky?
know.
Wishful thinking.
I have one of both.
Oh, all right.
She never knows what she's working
What about the mini? Do you get the minis too? Because you never know.
I just walk out for that.
Oh, okay.
All right, well, I guess we're not going to get to do this.
Wait a second.
Oh, I'm so sorry that we don't get to let you try to stab somebody with your foot scissors.
Somebody brings up a good point. Community service? That's like a slap on the wrist.
He's got to go to rehab too.
Someone says, I watched a guy called The Worm roll a joint with no arms. He worked for Seattle City Light and lost his arms on a pole about 30 years ago from Pyron.
Damn.
Yeah, dude, it's. I just would think, like, what if I fall? How do I protect myself? Because your arms are usually the thing that keep you from falling on your face. But they must be really athletic because they got to make up for it.
Is there video of this guy rolling a joint with no arms? Do you think he uses his mouth or his feet?
Oh, it's got to be
his feet.
He's got to use his feet. What else can he use? You can't roll a joint with just your mouth.
Now, why is that? Okay, so if someone rolled a joint with their feet and put the weed with their feet, put it into the paper and did all that, would you smoke out of it?
No.
It would be weird.
Why?
Yeah. I don't know why. I guess because feet are... Yeah.
But if he does it with his hands are probably dirtier than his feet.
He doesn't walk on his hands, and we think that...
But how often are we walking on our feet without socks on our shoes?
Yeah, but we also know that the smelly mess that a foot, when you take it out of a shoe, I think that's why. Right?
I'm just wondering, because, here we are, okay with someone handling weed with their hands. We don't know where their hands have been.
Although, if he did,
smoke it, no problem.
If he did actually pull a Twinkie out of a box with his feet, I probably would still eat that. Because I do love Twinkies.
Really?
I probably would. Wow. Seriously, if it was the last one left, or better yet, one of my Hostess zingers, forget about it.
Would you let him feed it to you with his feet?
You could give it to me with your foot. I'll take it. Yeah, so I imagine...
he used his toes to roll the joint, according to Byron.
Yeah, and I mean, are you going to turn down pot? Probably not. Especially the younger you are. I don't know, man.
Does he smoke it with his feet? Is he able to bend his feet enough so that he can almost smoke it like a cigarette? You know what I mean?
Well, he has to. How else would he get to do it?
I have no idea.
Unless he's got a little apparatus but then you still have to get it in the thing.
And can he this is a lot of questions, I understand. But can he light the lighter with his feet, or does he have to have a buddy there at all times?
Oh, I bet he can. Wow. I'm telling you, these guys, they figure it out. Humans are amazing. We can figure it out if we're born a certain way or have been a certain way, and we're young enough to be flexible to learn. We can do so much, but we just don't realize it until all of a sudden you see a guy like this who can stab his dad with scissors.
I've been trying to find some videos of people rolling joints with feet. I'm not finding them.
Search history continues to get weirder here at work.
Yeah, it does.
I found some guys rolling one without hands, but they're still using their arms.
Yeah, they're using the little nubs. I haven't found anybody doing it with actual feet at this point.
Yeah.
We've got a big challenge from a texter.
Yeah.
This is incredible. I've got $100 for the first person on the show that can cut a piece of paper using only their foot. Video or it didn't happen, the $100 goes to a charity of your choice.
Well, yeah, I could, but you know what? I could cheat. If you say cut a piece of paper, does he mean like scissors, or can you just stab it?
No, he said, do you have to cut it? I would imagine with scissors.
Okay,
man.
fine.
Yeah,
all right. Because I was going to win that.
Your little eagle feet or something like that. Yeah, like sharp nails.
Well, I can hold a knife with my feet, I think, and then just stab at a piece of paper.
I don't trust you to be able to hold a knife with your hands, much less your feet.
That's a good point. I wouldn't either.
We have two different sizes of scissors to try this challenge with.
Oh, dear God.
Okay.
Yeah. Dude, when you think of how scissors work, I mean...
I feel like the fatter ones will work.
He stabbed his dad with scissors, not cut paper.
Yeah, but this texture is saying they will give $100 to the charity of our choice if we could cut a piece of paper with scissors with our feet.
Do you understand? Can you use both feet?
Well,
I don't know.
Feet, not foot.
Well, let's make sure. Let me reread it. With their foot. No.
Oh.
Foot.
See,
One
I don't
foot.
think you can do it with 1 foot.
Do you want me to try?
Oh, shit. You know what's
Take
your shoe off and try to do stuff.
Steve,
Go
take
ahead.
off that shoe.
Okay, good. Oh, now we got to see his
Make dreams come true here.
Hopper.
All right, here we go.
We get to see if he clips his toenails.
All right.
Got paper.
Okay, they're nice. They got a little bruise.
I wouldn't say they're
I'm going to
nice.
use the big ones.
Okay.
Use those big feet.
Can we do this, Turner? All right. Are we doing this now, really?
They are doing it
Oh,
right
yeah. He
now.
can't even hold the damn scissors. Just fell on the ground. He's trying to put him in his big toe and then his second toe.
Do you want me to hold the paper?
Yes.
It's not going to work. He's not going to be able to do this.
Barely bend over.
He's going to hurt himself. I just want you to know we're not licensed and bonded. Let's get that kid from Idaho.
I'm going to get hurt.
Yeah.
All right.
It's not working, is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Here we go.
And? Yeah.
He's trying to cut it.
Whoa!
Dude, don't stab, Vicky.
I cut it.
I guess
He did cut it.
Oh, yeah.
Cut
he
it.
did
I
cut
am the
it.
champion.
Steve is the champion.
That is a slice.
Where's the Queen song?
Oh, yeah. You
are cutting it. Whoa.
Yeah, I'm more stabbing it.
Yeah.
It's an itty-bitty cat.
Yeah, but that works.
That works.
$100. What's our favorite charity?
Ronald McDonald House, since I did stuff with them this past weekend.
Let's do Ronald McDonald House.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's up to. I guess it'll be up to vote. Did that count as actually cutting it? With paper?
Hey,
I count it.
the
There's
paper's
video.
cut.
All right, there we go.
Yeah.
Where's that going to be?
Everywhere.
Back up. What the hell?
All right, texture.
Yeah.
We did what you asked.
$100.
I can just picture tonight. Hey, babe, what'd you do on the show today? Well, I took off my socks and tried to cut paper with my feet.
Do we at least make, for having to see Steve's clodhopper and to have to be exposed to the aroma? I want pictures of your donation.
Did my feet smell?
I really hope not. I'm not breathing hard right now.
Yeah, see, Vicky, you can see, and she was actually at the epicenter because she's tiny. She was right there.
Danny, did my feet smell?
No, not at all.
Thank you.
Okay, fine.
Somebody says I'm over-impressed with this foot cutting segment.
Yeah, very over-impressed. I wonder if people care about this. What about our, no one cares,
He cares.
Texter? Does he care?
Yes.
Good job, Texter.
I'd rather listen to this than talk about the Oscars.
All right.
So it says we used to smoke a 4-foot bong with our feet only.
Well, at least the bong, has length to it. So, you can sign it, you can kind of get it and make it happen.
So it says that they've tied someone's shoelaces with their toes. Signed Dave. I want to see a video of that.
That's impressive. On Friday, Steve, we were unimpressed with him on this one.
What is the active ingredient in smelling salts?
Cocaine.
No.
Salt.
No.
Gunpowder.
No. Wow.
Gunpowder, nice. Yeah, that's the active ingredient. Great smelling salts. Blow your head up, and it'll wake you up. Ammonia is what we're looking for. You want a shot at beating Steve? Guess what? You got it. 206-421-ROCK. We're playing Beat Miggs at 8:47 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. Here's a question from a listener. My house is currently in foreclosure. I've stopped making payments. What can I do to save my house?
If you're already in foreclosure behind on your mortgage, you can stop the foreclosure by filing a bankruptcy. There's different types of bankruptcy. Chapter 13 can help you catch up on your house payments if you're behind. It would mean that you'd have to start making your house payments again and catch up on the amount that you're behind over 5 years. You could also take off or strip off your second mortgage, which would help you to reduce your housing payment every month, especially once you're done with the plan and done catching up on your first mortgage. We could also try to buy you some time by filing a Chapter 13 case. Filing a Chapter 13 would definitely stop your foreclosure.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. And thanks for listening.